Hi traders, I want to show you an example of a bullish butterfly pattern that's set up on the Euro-Yen 5-minute chart. So remember, the first thing we want to do is identify our higher time frame key areas of support and resistance. And just have a look at this. We actually just went over a trade, another butterfly pattern, and it was around the same area. You can see this area on the daily chart. See how we have resistance, 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 and price broke out above that level. Okay, nice bullish looking candle right there. Okay, showing commitment outside the range. If we move over to the 4-hour chart, okay, here's that level right there. So we have resistance, 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 resistance. Remember, we had a bearish butterfly pattern that set up, spiked higher, came back, tested support, and then we had this big move up. Okay, so we had that breakout from this ascending triangle here. Okay, now see our price rallied, this big commitment, close above. Okay, remember, this is what I look for in terms of candle action. Okay, big commitment above the level. This close takes out these wicks, takes out the bodies. Nice commitment from the institutional flows. Now we have price coming back. Okay, so we also have this area, this trend line area lining up with horizontal resistance, likely to act as support. You can see we've had some order flow, some orders coming just before the level. Okay, and if we take some fibs here again, when the trend is very strong like this, you know, enjoy these big Fibonacci swings on here. They're good to definitely note, okay, but on these smaller swings, and here again, I didn't really pay that much attention to these smaller swings unless there's nothing else going on and we're in a very strong trend. But you can see here we have price bouncing off that 38 level. Okay, but it's more this actual horizontal level, okay, that I want to pay close attention to. And here again, you see this block right here, this last bearish candle before price broke heavily to the upside. I'm referencing that area, so I want to pay very close attention to that. Okay, so here again, I don't want to just click buy at the level. Okay, I want to look for a potential pattern to set up if price gets down there. So if we move over to the hourly chart now, okay, so we're doing a nice little top down here. We want to see this area, see how it's come up just to this block. Have a look, you see that area right there. I see it spikes this last bearish candle, bang, to the pip. Okay, up to the first area of resistance right there. So nice little 30, almost 40 pip bounce. But in terms of patterns, okay, there's nothing really going on at this moment in time around this area. And I just want to show you, if we move to the 5-minute chart, what we had, you can see price grinding lower highs, lower lows. But remember, overall, okay, we're in a big uptrend. Okay, we broke out of this key area right here, came right back. So if we just zoom this right up, I'll show you where the pattern set up. We had, can't find it. We had price rally, see, and hit that area. Okay, it rallied and then it dropped. Okay, and then it starts to rally. Now, if we take our Fibonacci tool, we draw it from this swing low up to this high. Okay, price drops down. You see it hits that 79 level and then it reacts. Okay, once it reacts, you want to start thinking about the potential, the possibility of a butterfly pattern setting up. Okay, remember when we went over the patterns, we showed you the different retracements and extensions. So if we drop a Fibonacci tool from the high down to the low, we now move down the page, you see this 127 or 1618. Okay, that's the actual completion of the pattern. So we'd actually need to see price spike below these lows. Okay, and remember when we spoke about order flow, we spoke about orders getting stacked above and below areas. Okay, that's institutional flows. That's why these butterfly patterns work so well. If we go to the hourly chart, let's just have a look where this completes. So here's the completion area, and you can see it actually would complete here at this block. You see this last bearish candle before price broke heavily to the upside. Okay, also nice little support resistance area there. So this area right here is where the bullish butterfly completes on the 5-minute chart. It also gets us in at that higher time frame key area. So we're not trying to like decide and guess where the level is we're looking at. There's the 4-hour block right there. Okay, and you can see the completion area would come right into that area with the trend line. So real nice confluence, higher time frame key support, and then we've got this very small 5-minute pattern here. So if we look at potential entries on this, let's go to our platform. What we want to do is we want to enter a potential buy limit, and if we put that in, okay, let's hold on a second, let's just move this line to the 127. So there's a 127, 108.59. So I'll make it 60 plus the spread. Okay, 1 pip above on the 5-minute patterns is should be enough. 108.63. Okay, spread, we got 3 pips spread on there. In terms of stop loss, I want it below this 1618 area. Okay, so let's just have a look here. 10, 20. Let's go with 20. 23 should do the trick. So we've got 23 pips of risk just below the low. Quite a bit of volatility on this pair at the moment. That's why the 23 pip stop on a 5-minute chart is quite large. Alright, in terms of take profit, I'm going to wait and see what happens if we get a reaction at this level, but let's just have a look at the higher time frames. In terms of areas, we've got obviously this level here. Now we've already spiked up here, okay, and we've rejected. So this spike has taken out orders. So if we get full down here, we could definitely watch this area, but I would be watching higher, because remember, orders get taken out with when price moves to that region. So I would be looking a little bit higher, and if we look a little bit higher, you see this block right here, the last sort of bullish candles. Then we took this leg down. We have resistance, see resistance, support. Then we've got these blocks here. So that's very, very interesting to me. I want to also look at the 4-hour chart, because those 4-hour blocks are also key. And you see how we've got that sort of price flip there. Resistance, resistance, and price really releases from this area. Not really a block as such. Price has actually come up. You see the spike up. Price has actually come up to that last bullish block there. So if we just go to the hourly, I think in terms of take profits, the first area I'm going to be eyeing very carefully is this 109.26. Okay, and because this is a very, very key area on the higher time frame, that 4-hour area, I want to see how we react. So first area here, and then maybe the highs or slightly higher. We'll see after the reaction. Okay, so let's step this forward and just see what happens. Now you see our price sort of comes right back down. All right, your butterfly patterns are going to look like this. Okay, you've just got to get used to, if you're going to trade this pattern, you've got to get used to the fact that you're basically going to be looking to pick bottoms and tops. Okay, that's just the essence of the pattern. And again, if you use these patterns at higher time frame key areas of support and resistance, you shouldn't be in too much trouble. Okay, but as with anything else, you've got to practice these things and get good at them. So price spikes down. You see it's actually just come short of this level. The low on this is 108.60. Okay, so it's actually come 1 pip above that. So we've just literally been taken in. Okay, there's a spike deeper. So it's at this area here. You want to start looking for some buying pressure coming in. So remember, let's just get rid of these fibs quickly so we can look at the higher time frames. So there's a 4-hour. Okay, so here's that block right there. If we're going to see buying pressure, this is the level right here we want to see it at. Okay, we've got this uptrend line, we've got this order block here, we've broken out of this range, we're committed above. Okay, any flows are going to come in now. this is where you'd want to see them, okay? And we're giving the orders to come in from here to here, okay? If they don't come in there, this pattern fails and we run for cover, okay? That's why we have stop loss in place. Not trying to be right on the position or on our trade, okay? There's no 95% win rate here. We're looking for good risk reward trades and looking for expectation over the long term, okay? What's your expectation going to be over the long term? We got to make money and survive the trading game, okay? So let's see what happens here. So we're starting to release to the upside. This is what we wanted to see, okay? Coming back now. See, it's tapping back into this block now. We really want to see some buyers come in at this area here, okay? If we close back below here, below this, you get a big bearish candle now and it closes back below here, then you're likely to see, you see this area here, we have this level trade as support, closes below, comes back, tests resistance. You're likely to see another leg down, so we can definitely watch closely on that. Now we're getting a little pop up, okay? If we pop above these highs, we're pretty happy. Okay, so now we're breaking up above these highs here. See, we've got this base protecting here, support in here, okay, holding as resistance. So we've got this level to protect us. You could, if you want, move your stop to break even now. Okay, a little bit aggressive, but everyone's going to do a little bit differently. Okay, we're taking out these orders here. I really want to see us start to clear above this area. You see here we have resistance, a big point, support, resistance. Okay, if we get up here and we get a nice swing, I want to look to reduce some risk. Just step this forward. So price is coming back down. Really want to see this level hold if we're going to come down here. Okay, so you see how we've got the swing, okay, and then price starts to rally. So I want to now, I think I'm actually going to move the stop up and lock in a profit. See this area here, 1075. Let's go 108.72. Okay, up 39 pips. 108.72. I'll move the stop loss up to. So we've locked some profit in now. I don't want to see price coming back below here. Remember, this is a 5-minute chart pattern. Okay, I want to manage it a little bit more aggressive than the larger term patterns, but we are at a very key area of support. So, you know, if we've got serious buyers coming in here, I really don't want to see price coming back. Let's just have a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, nice release here. Okay, nice release popping up into this block here. Okay, remember, higher time frame. Always want to pay attention to those areas. I want to take profits, part profits here, definitely at 109.26, and then see if we can get a little squeeze higher. So back to the 5-minute chart. I'll just compress this and I'll just step this forward. See how we hit resistance, bang, comes back, test support. Okay, if you get good at this, you can scalp these levels from dealing level to dealing level like this. Just understand where your higher time frames are. Okay, so here again you want to see this level hold. Okay, so there we bounce again. So we're making high highs, high lows, grinding up nicely. I want to take some profits if we can get a spike. As I said, if your order platform allows you to take profits, okay, at this area here in partials, then do that. Okay, set your order up. Okay, so there's a spike up. I'd actually like to be taken out at that level, so you can get a little pop higher here. Okay, just watch this very closely. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so we actually had that spike in there. I'm going to take part of the position off. Okay, half of it at 59. We've got a stop, a break even. I don't want to be too aggressive with this because these swings are minor. Okay, now as I said, if you want to, you could move your stop here and here. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing it that way, but now we've taken off part of the position at a key area of resistance, and I want to see if we can get a nice move above here. If we can close above here, then we can possibly see a nice run on this. Step this forward. Okay, so this is the area I would expect some selling pressure to come in. Okay, so now we're starting to get a bounce. You see how we close, come back down, close, retested this resistance. Now we're dropping off. I want to see price close above here now. Still breaking down. Okay. See, it just moves from block to block. Okay, now we're getting a release. This is what I want to see. Having a run up towards the highs. And what I want to do now on this hourly chart is get my stop. See these lows, get my stop below here. So you see the figure 109. We put a stop here 108.95. Modify 108.95. Okay, so we've locked in a nice bit of profit here. Just have a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, we've got this area of resistance here. And in terms of the daily, well, we've got these highs here, this sort of double top. Okay, so I think in terms of taking the remainder of that position off, either here at the highs, good place to watch, or further up. And I think I like this 109.58 area actually. Let's just watch that 5-minute chart again when we approach that area. So there's the level there. Still selling coming off here. Step this forward. I really want to see this level hold ideally. Spike down. Okay, now we're starting to release. What I'm going to do is get my stop up now. We come test those highs. See the spike down. This is where you want to be careful about micromanaging it too much. Okay, if you put your stop here, okay, this is a liquidity hunt here. The spike, taking the stops, bang, up we go. So I want to move my stop now, just sort of 109.19 area. Modify that, and what I want to do is I want to look at taking the remainder of the position off now at these highs up here. Okay, right up here, 109.58 is going to be my final target. Okay, and if we just go back to the 5-minute, compress this. Okay, so price spikes up. We've just been taken out, and you can see it actually starts moving a lot higher. Okay, so that was the bullish butterfly at key area of resistance. We took partials at 59, and then we took the remainder off at 95.